Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another review here. It's Wednesday, January 6th. Had some action on the SPY today. Actually traded it, which I'm not very happy about. But we had the Georgia Senate runoff, which was expected to increase some volatility. And then, of course, the Capitol got rushed by a lot of the supporters. So we had this sell-off and then kind of expansion of volatility. So yeah, SPY was pushing up all day into that moment and then sold off. We'll see what happens over the next couple of days here. We did kind of start pushing back up, so we are still strong. Um, IWM, we had a similar kind of story. Sold off a little bit harder and held towards the end. So let's take a look today. I held a pretty nice long actually from ACB. I got in here yesterday just because I liked the close. We're moving up here, and so it's kind of an ascending triangle into the close. And then if you take a look at the daily, we have this triangle this trend line which broke, rally, and then we had the exact same thing right over there. Unfortunately, I actually didn't see it here, but I did get in right around 990. So yeah, as I mentioned, right around here. Um, I'm on the west side, so I didn't get a chance to get up here. Unfortunately, that could have been a nice close. I did have an order at 1194, but it was, I guess it was a day plus versus a good till canceled, so I missed that one. Nonetheless, I opened my screens around 5:30ish. Saw a little bit of move up and then didn't like how this trend was breaking, so I took it off, took a little bit more off, and then this one I'm not very happy about. It was kind of forming a descending triangle and rejected this level, which is kind of the pre-market low as well, and then started to push down. So I just took the rest off. So that was the swing there. It was still a great swing. I'm happy about that. And then we get this push up, and what I was looking at was this ascending triangle now after this broken descending triangle, and then on book maps as well. Let me show you what I was looking at here. That's ACB. We had uh, we had some nice soaking here, and then that full seller got taken away. So I thought okay, once that seller's gone, we could very well see a push. And then as we get into that level, the seller comes back, we get rid of them, and then at this point, the offers were refreshing, but then they started decrementing quick, and then we started getting some large prints. So I get in honestly a second or two right before the spike, right around here, and then we spike up. I was looking for my first one was into 1119, and then the next one was into, I think I actually didn't play this level. I was going into 39. So I did want 19 and 39. Got the first one, pushed up to 29, and then dropped back down. And at this point, I just took it off. That's a pretty big fake break. At this point, I'm looking to the downside. Didn't take it right away. I waited for it to confirm. We pushed to VWAP, broke, and then I took my initial short, covered into the first wash, and then took the rest off. I was looking for a 1050 level, but then I saw this level here, and I just thought, just in case we hold here, I'm going to take it off a little bit in advance. Got the quick flush and covered into there, and that was ACB. So overall, great day. Had a nice swing, two nice scalps on that. So that was that. The next was NCTY. This was ugly. So let's take a look. This is no setup. Don't even know what I was looking at. It kind of made a lower high, but we're right into VWAP. So this is just terrible trade. And then even worse, I added into it. So I short off this level, and then I add into it on this lower high, which not sure what I was thinking at the time, and then we start moving up, and I'm just like, okay, well, we've confirmed we're making a higher low, and then broke that trend, so I'm out of here. Ended up being a good cover, kind of consolidate, keep pushing up, and at this point, we see a lower high with quite a bit more volume coming in here, and a little bit more indecision. So let me. Oh, I do apologize. I was looking at Bookmap there. Sorry, so this is the trade I was talking about here. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I was looking at. This is kind of a lower high, and then another lower high, but we're right at VWAP, so there's clear support here. No reason to be taking this whatsoever, and then as I mentioned, I stopped out there. This is the one that I wanted to show you guys. I'm actually happy about this trade. We get a lower high, not a clear level, but we are near that 13, the whole dollar, and then let's take a look at Bookmap. Hopefully I don't make the same mistake and explain to you guys what I was doing here, but NCTY, believe it's right here. Yeah, so as we can see, we get this offer coming in at around 11.17. So if I flip back here, around here is where we get that that offer on the tape, and then it comes in, comes back up, rejects right off that level. So that gives me an idea. Okay, you know, that's a pretty heavy level. Oh man, I did that again. I'm so sorry. So yeah, we get the level around here, and then it comes back in and it rejects. So I get the pretty good idea, you know, that this offer is going to hold. Was looking ideally to cover into this level and then into VWAP. Don't get that move, and then I cover as we're kind of holding this level. And then stop out at break even. So overall, you know, I'm happy about this short, especially with that overhead liquidity. I thought it was going to hold a little bit stronger. Unfortunately, it didn't. So then the next one I take is the trend line break, which I'm not too happy about. I feel like it's a pretty weak trade here, you know, in anticipation. Would much rather like to see a break, come back up, and then break down. So I'm not happy about that. Cover there, and then cover again as we're kind of breaking this trend. And then towards the end of the day, this is where it gets real sloppy. So we make this push on low volume. Granted, it is after hours, so low volume is expected. Let's take a look from, I guess, from here. So we break the highs, and then we get this indecision candle, and then I short the first candle right after the indecision. One thing to note, NCTY is a micro float, 1.7 million shares float. It's also has some data or some news out on crypto. I think they signed an agreement or something. Nonetheless, you know, crypto is spiking, so that's a red flag again. And the final red flag is we've had float rotation, as I mentioned, 1.7 million to 49 million. You can do the math on that. You know, close to 15, 20 times. So this is a no touch for me. Unfortunately, I kept battling it, and at this point it became to kind of like an emotional, potentially ego part where I just needed to be right. So got this one wrong, stopped out high of day, good stop, poor trade. Come back up, once again have indecision. I short here once again, comes back, holds this level, and then I stop as we get this trend break. And then this was my final one. I like the high of day fake and then push down. Finally got some good covers here, and I'm holding the swing. So we'll see what happens into tomorrow. I would like to see a nice gap down, kind of into this consolidation and point of control, but we'll see what happens there. Next is NMTR. This was actually my first trade of the day. Had some nice, let me make sure I'm showing, yeah, okay. Had some nice rejections off this level, and also the supply zone here. So every time it would come up, it would get rejected off that 142, and then I caught a top tick actually right at the open, risking 142, and then we get a flush to VWAP, cover, and then I cover once again. Let's take a look at Bookmap here, NMTR. So that was over here. Sorry, I'm still getting used to it. Bookmap. So as you can see, this is the level of 142. It rejects here, rejects again, and then this is actually a great opportunity to short pre-market. Look at all the size. I'm sure that's algo or manipulation. Nonetheless, it did work nicely into a flush, and then we get this push up into 142 once again right before market opens. Come back up here, and this is where I get short. So we have this huge soak right at 140, and then this level comes on, which gives me confirmation. I did a poor job of actually covering, so I covered into here, which is great, and then I covered again here. Could have held on to potentially down here, and then after we get this soak, I could have taken some off here, just because we did have quite a bit of liquidity here, kind of forcing it down. But yeah, that was that trade. Let me go back, and then the last one was SWBI. So this is a Smith & Wesson. As soon as Capital got raided by riots, we know that gun stocks usually tend to spike, and that's exactly what happened here. Smith & Wesson is actually a high institutionally owned stock, so I was thinking that we could see a nice push, but once we get to these levels, we are getting quite extended. And then we had a huge offer at 23.50. I did jump the gun and I actually shorted 1 and 2 lots ahead of it. Got stopped out. Good risk management here, although it kind of sucks getting top ticked. I did re-enter again here and got that nice wash. I think it ended up being a 5.5 R. So yeah, overall the thesis was there. You know, this is definitely overextended. So let's take a look at Bookmap, SWBI. So I've really liked Bookmap. It's been a great indicator and kind of confirmation for visuals. A lot easier to see than it is on level 2. So here it is, as I mentioned, we're coming up in here. So we did have a couple of nice pushes through heavy volume. And then as we get to the top here, so we touch once and come back up, touch twice, right under that level, so we're definitely having sellers below. I get short here, and then as we come through, I get short once again, break through. That's where I get stopped. Right around there, I get stopped out, and then I re-short as the seller comes back. So that's been a pretty good sign for me as well. You know, that the seller lifts and then comes back, so it's a good idea to get in. That's exactly what happened, and then cover into the first wash. Covered a little bit prematurely here, and then again as we get into this level of 22.50. So yeah, that's those are my trades on that, and then I do have one final one, which is on the SPY. As I mentioned, I was looking for a little bit of a move as they were recounting. Thought we're gonna get some panic a little bit earlier, didn't get it, and then actually took my eye off this. Didn't have a hard stop. Probably should have got stopped out there, but then came back down, and then I stopped out manually right there, and then of course we get that nice wash, which would have been a nice risk reward. But nonetheless, that was my trade. So a couple of good things I did today was sticking to my levels and validation off of level 2. A couple of things I could have done better is taking a little bit more playbook setups. There's a couple that I took that aren't in my playbook, like this scalp here, and this trade here. Otherwise, it was a great day, one of the better days I've had in the last little while, just because of that swing and that nice recovery on this trade here. But final note here, definitely shouldn't be fighting micro float with a strong catalyst, especially with crypto. And after it's been rotated a couple times, more than a couple. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys later. Cheers.